10 years ago, my Cleveland Cavaliers, they won their first title in franchise history. In dramatic fashion, I might add. And a comeback victory against the Golden State Warriors. The 73-9 Golden State Warriors. If you watched or you remember, we came back from down 3-1. And that hasn't been done since. And I frankly don't believe it'll ever be done again. So I'm going to react to some moments from that. But before we get into that, my name is Will, and this is BTSN. So I'm going to just say it now. 2016, the 2016 Cavs, and that ring is the greatest. It's the greatest ring ever. Just it's simple and plain. It's pretty simple. Like it's no way that you can sit up here and tell me, because I see people trying to compare us to other teams. I'll get into that maybe in another video. They're trying to compare us to other teams, and it's like, okay, them teams is cool, but like you can't compare. You can't compare us to them. You just can't. It's too much, man. It's just too much. It was too much at stake. It was just too much behind it. So on that day 10 years ago, I remember exactly where I was at. It was such an epic. It was just an epic event. By the way, in the comments, let me know where you was at, what you was doing. Obviously, you was obviously probably watching, but I'm saying detail kind of what you was doing. So I was at my brother, Dominique Reed. Shout out my boy. I was at his house. He lived in Ellicott. If y'all familiar with Cleveland and the eastern suburbs of Cleveland, he was in Ellicott. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even supposed to be in town. He was supposed to be because he used to travel all the time, go on the road to make for work. But somehow he wound up being in Cleveland for game 7. So I pull up on him, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, look, you ready for this game? We all ready, we ready to go. And from start to finish, that game was just intense though. Like it just was intense. And it's crazy because the year prior I had predicted to him at his apartment, I'm like, hey, because we lost. It was fluke. I feel like it was fluke. When you add up everything, it was fluke how we lost in 2015. But I'm like, hey, all right, it's cool. We lost. I'm like, 2016, 216. Yeah, we got it next year. That's exactly what I said. In 2015, right after we lost. But as you know, we got down 3-1. So I'm like, dang. Okay, I ain't get that one right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but in game 5, them boys showed me something. Then they came back game 6, did it again. Then game 7. Now I felt good when we got to game 7 because I'm like, all right, all the pressure is on go. It's on Golden State now. Even though they at home, it's still y'all had us down 3-1. And for real, them two game 5 and game 6, we spanked them, right? So I'm like, we done found something. We done found something. So I know these boys shook on the low. But now they still the Warriors. They still 73-9. They still won the championship in 2015. So I'm like, okay, we gonna see this is gonna be a good game. But from wire to wire, that game was, bro, nail biting. I'm talking about nail biting. Y'all was watching it with me. Nail biting, man. And in the end, we pull it off. Now, the crazy thing about that is, I think I was in shock for like that. I was in shock that night, I think. And I think I was in shock the next day because I had to work the next day. Because I feel like that was like a Thursday right? Was it Thursday? I believe it was like a Thursday. And the next day, obviously Friday. Everybody at the job, man, hey, it was just jubilation at the job. Like, it was like, man, we actually won the championship. Because, the whole way through, we all, every step of the way, we just there. Like, it's just the topic of discussion at work. So it's just crazy because it's like, that's been 10 years ago. That's been 10 years ago? Like, but like, hey, like I seen somebody say this, though. Having a championship never gets old. It just don't get old. Like, and in 10 years don't feel like it don't feel like 10 years, but it's been 10. You know what I'm saying? Because people done passed away and people done. It's been 10 years, but time still is flying, bro. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna react to some of the moments from that, the championship. It's just you gonna see RJ talk. You gonna see some of the footage. I'm gonna react to some. I made a montage, so it's a few videos stitched together. So let's get to it.
An epic 7-game series begins tonight.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oracle Arena.
Cavaliers have their backs against the wall against the Warriors
Season, and they take a commanding 3-1 lead.
Hey, listen, man, everything we got for 24 minutes, man. Everything we got.
And real quick, it's crazy because Tyronn Lue was really the man for the job, though. Do y'all think we would have won? We would have came back like that with David Blatt? Tyronn Lue he was that dude for the job, though. That's crazy. Man, what a block.
LeBron James with the rejection. He's at the right point. He stutter steps. He launched a 3.
Yeah, Kyrie. By the way, that's the greatest defensive possession, probably of all time, but for sure of Kevin Love's life, though. He locked up Steph Curry like he was who a great defensive big, man. I don't know. He locked up Steph Curry, though. Like, that was Kevin Love locking up Steph Curry in the clutch. Y'all can't tell me y'all weren't hype when y'all seen that. Don't lie. You was hype when you seen it, though. Let's continue.
The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
Congratulations. You're the first team in the history of the NBA to come back from a 3-1 deficit.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Oh, man. What a time. By the way, Kyrie, I understand you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a loner, too. My family would probably describe me how people describe you. So, family and friends. But, bro, you gotta get with your peoples, man. They out here having a reunion. And they said they invited you, and you the only one ain't there. And you out there playing basketball with some kids. You probably got a camp, so maybe that's what it is. Or maybe you feel like you shouldn't be there because you still active in the NBA. And you on this Kobe stuff. Like, get out of here, bro. No disrespect to Kobe, but, like, come on, bro. Get with your people, man. Okay. Now, at this point in the game, boy, hey, this game 7, it was so tense because it's like, it felt like nobody could score at a certain point. Let me not talk through it.
James drives down the lane, running shot, banks, and it's good.
Good shot.
Curry's got Tristan Thompson on. Curry crossover, 3-pointer. It's good.
And that's the thing about Curry, man. He hit a 3 and just demoralized your whole life.
Curry with Jefferson leaning on him. Curry drives, scoop layup, misses. Green on the follow. 5 to shoot. Ezeli again goes back up on him. James steps back for 3. Puts it in. LeBron James from downtown.
Is that a clutch shot? Because people act like LeBron just ain't got no clutch at all to him. Y'all disrespectful, man.
And the Cavaliers go up by 2. 26 for James. Thompson gets away from Smith, drives left-handed off the glass. Rebound taken by Iguodala.
The block.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup.
The block.
Blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
The shot.
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
By the way, Steph Curry, he ain't the equivalent. But I feel like people at that time was like, or the Cavs at that time, looked at Steph Curry the way the Knicks looked at James Harden on defense. If James Harden is checking you or Steph Curry was checking you, you open for real. That's what I think.
And the Cavaliers by 3. Warriors have 2 timeouts remaining.
They fouled him. They fouled Brown so hard on this play. I was shook when he missed that one.
Rattles in the second. 4-point game. Shumpert trying to stay with Curry. Catches. One dribble, steps back, puts up a 3. Won't go. Rebound taken by Spades. Final seconds. It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions once again. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
Like I said, when that happened, I was hyped, but I really was like, I was for real in shock though. I'm like, we won a championship? We actually won it. We actually won it all though. And I'm talking about, it probably took 24 hours for me to be like, we really won the NBA championship. What was the drought? 53 years, something like that? It ain't no comparison to it. It's just the greatest ring ever.
Memorable moment. I'll never forget. I had created a puzzle, 16-piece trophy puzzle. And after every win, every player, 15 players, and one coach, Tyronn Lue, would take their piece and they would place it in the box. And the thinking was, like, everyone plays a part, and if the puzzle comes together, we'll do something for the land that no team, no one will ever forget. And so it was really iconic for me and memorable to see T. Lue put that final piece on the puzzle board. It was something we set out to do that a lot of people thought was impossible, but T. Lue had always said, we're going to come back and we're going to win this series. And so to see him and his words come true and to see the looks on my teammates' faces, I knew I had done something special. And so as much as I had won in the NBA, all the championships, that one was special because we did it. My favorite.
I'm trying to tell you, man, it don't get no greater than the 2016 Cavs ring. I'm talking about, and this is in all sports though. It just don't get no better. It just don't.
Memory from that 2016 run.
Delly.
Just an incredible experience, and coming back here and driving the same streets brought back a lot of great memories.
Hold on. Shout out Delly, by the way. Shout out Delly. He gave it his all in 2015. Like I said, I don't think the Warriors would not have beat us in 2015 or 2016. Now, y'all all know what happened. 2015, Kelly Olynyk deliberately breaks Kevin Love's arm when we played Boston. And then, which was crazy, by the way. I don't know how he didn't get suspended or I don't remember if he got suspended, but if he didn't, he should have. He should have got suspended for a whole year, plus that playoffs. How you going to deliberately break somebody's arm, dude? Then in the finals, we make it to the finals, obviously. And Kyrie go down in game 1. And we still win 2 games. I'm just saying. And then in 2016, we come back from 3-1. You know what I'm saying? Really, it was, that's crazy that we came back from 3-1. I don't think we should have never been down 3-1. But the Warriors was so hot and on such a high, they won 73 games, bro. But we come back and beat them, you know what I'm saying? We spooked the Warriors so bad that right after they lost the Game 7, they went and got KD on the phone and called KD and signed him to the Warriors. Crazy. And the NBA let that happen? I'm just saying. That's not fair. You already knew who was going to win the championship. They just won 73 games. Whatever.
I think my favorite part about the 2016 championship is that we won it on Father's Day. So if you know the history of Ohio and how many people...
First of all, we hate when y'all do that. Don't put... Cleveland is in Ohio. But Cleveland history and Ohio history is not the same. Just like Cleveland and Ohio is not the same. I know it sounds crazy, but like, bro, like, that's like saying that it's just not the same. Cincinnati history is not our history. Toledo's history is not our history. Youngstown's history is not our history. Columbus history, it's Cleveland. You talking about Cleveland, right? Because if that's the case, then we wouldn't be tripping on the 53-year drought, right? Because I think it was Cincinnati. They had the Big Red Machine, the Cincinnati Reds. They won the championship back to back in 75 and 76. That's Ohio. But we ain't talking about Ohio. We talking about Cleveland. I'm just saying we hate when y'all do that. He not from here, so he don't know. But I'm just saying, we hate that. All right? My bad.
I always dreamed of a championship. There were grown men coming up to me talking about, I watched it with my grandfather, I watched it with my dad, and there were tears, or dads saying that they watched it with their son. That part made it a little bit more significant to win it on Father's Day. It made it a little bit more memorable.
Hey, listen, man. The Father's Day twist to it. Yeah, I mean that's tough. I can't say that, I speak to my father now, but I wasn't really close to my father, to be honest with you. So that had no significance to me. But when you hear people talk about, because some of these people, or a lot of people, the reason they watch basketball is because of their father. It's a pastime. Their father might have sat them down when they was a kid, sat them on their lap watching the game. Like I said, that wasn't my experience, but I get it. So shout out to all the fathers. Father's Day Sunday. Happy Father's Day. You know what I mean? So that's dope. Like I said, that's dope. But yeah, like I said, I ain't got no words for that because that wasn't my experience growing up. But now, I tell you what I did experience growing up. You want to hear it? That's the timeline, man. Yeah, that's the timeline. Yeah, it was the timeline. It's like, no, I didn't. We didn't have all that stuff. I'm an old man, so we didn't have all that. We had MySpace. That's all we had. By the way, MySpace probably was the best social media of all time. When you think about it, that probably was the best. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. I'm just saying. Okay. Ryan Asleep says, literally the only thing that could top this for the greatest moment in my life is the Browns winning the Super Bowl. Boy, when I tell you that's a fact, that is a fact. That's the only thing. If the Browns, listen, bro, if the Browns win a Super Bowl, now, I don't know how many people will be here, right? It was 1.3 million people in downtown Cleveland. That's too much. Let's just be honest. That's too much for our downtown. Our downtown decent size, but it ain't like that. 1.3 million is crazy downtown. If the Browns win a Super Bowl, though, I don't care if it's 25 below zero. It might be like 4 million people downtown. Now, y'all got to realize those of y'all that's not from Cleveland or not, hip to the Browns fan base. The Browns got a huge fan base. Even though we've been largely sorry the last like 30 years, we got a huge fan base. We got fans in the UK. We got fans crazy in other states. You got the Browns backers. You know what I'm saying? So like the amount of people that'll be in Cleveland, no matter the weather, because obviously it's gonna be wintertime. That'll be so crazy. Yeah. Hopefully one day. Next one. Rainer Reyes says, it's the perfect time for LeBron to say, come back home and let's do it again. I think he should do it, man. I think he should do that. I think that to end the storybook career of LeBron James, he should definitely come back. He should definitely come back home. Now we probably won't win it all. It'll be extra crazy though if he come back next year and we win the championship and he ride off into the sunset. That's best case scenario. But if he just come back home, do the farewell tour in Cleveland, as he should, and then bounce. I don't know how long he want to play. He said he be acting like he getting tired, and he be acting like he obviously he knows the end. He been in the league 23 years, but he be acting like he tired. He act like he ready to retire, but he got like a certain number in his mind, but that he not telling us. So I don't know. The truth is he could have already played his last game of basketball, and we don't know. If you look, he doing the 2016 reunion. By the way, did they do the reunion with the Heat? I'm just saying. Do you see him with the Heat? Oh, Heat play. I mean, obviously, D Wade one of his best friends, but I'm saying like you don't see him with the Heat players. You don't see him with AD and all them, but you see him with the 2016 Cavs. That tell you something. That ring was very special. That ring was the most special ring for LeBron too, though. Not just everybody else or Cleveland fans. I think to him that was the most special ring. And in this comment, I Am Jasmine says, greatest ring ever. I'm just saying. I think it's undisputed. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's like clear. It's clear. I mean, I can't think of another ring that's better. If you ask me, the 2016 Cavs ring to me is like the Miami Dolphins. I think that was 72. The 72 Dolphins ring. Because the one where they went undefeated. Mike Shula and Larry Zonka and all them, and the no name defense, they went undefeated and won a championship. So they didn't lose a game. Why do I say that? Because since that happened, nobody else has been able to duplicate that. Nobody has went undefeated and won a championship. Now, the Patriots got close with Randy Moss and Tom Brady, but the Giants beat them in the championship game, in the Super Bowl. So, with the Cavs, I mean, you got, first of all, we was underdogs in the series. LeBron is from the area. He's from here. So that makes it extra special. We was down 3-1 and came back. We won it to break a drought, It's just like all the, like, bro. It's a reason why it's like 37 and the stats for being down 3-1 is 37, I think, and 1. And we that one. It's a reason why. I ain't gonna lie. It's just too much. I don't know if anybody gonna ever be able to come back from down 3-1 like that and win a championship. So I think that right there, that ring right there, to be honest, if you had to like weigh rings as far as like the weight of everything that happened, that's the heaviest ring of all time. Now, of course, you know what's next, man. If you've been watching my show recently, or as of lately, you know what's next. And that's no disrespect. Yeah, buddy. No disrespect. So now look, man. I think somebody said it in the comments. I'm not sure if I read it. But no disrespect. That was the night LeBron became the GOAT. When we won that Game 7, 2016, that was the night he became the greatest. Now, of course, I know people gonna try to act like, oh, well, Kyrie hit the biggest shot. Okay. I mean, now granted, we needed Kyrie. There's no doubt about that. Because they both went 40 and 40 for the last 3 games. So obviously you needed Kyrie. That's another reason why that probably would never happen, because you needed both your stars to go 40 for 40 every game. It's just an insurmountable task. I don't see it happening. But now, that was the night LeBron became the GOAT, bro. Sorry to say it. And even if it's just in my opinion, I'm going to run with it. I mean, come on, bro. Like I always said, Jordan always won. He won all them championships when he got there because they had the best team. And it wasn't even close. LeBron didn't have that luxury. So, that's just my thoughts on it, man. You can argue with me in the comments and all that, because I know somebody going to try to argue with me. So, go ahead and go off in the comments, man. By the way, like, comment, subscribe. And now, at the end of the day got to end. But before it does, tap into BTSN. Go Cavs.